Go grab your guitar right now because you're going to learn how to play the blues today. My name is Brian from theguitarfactoryoc.com, and you need to know these three components that we're going to cover today to be able to play the blues right away. We got to know the chords and form of the chords. We got to learn the scale, and then we got to learn the rhythm. That's the secret sauce into making sure you sound like you're playing the blues. I had a student once that said, "Hey Brian, isn't the blues the thing that when you listen to it or play it, you get sad?" And I said, actually, it's quite the opposite. It's the kind of music that you listen to or play when you want to feel better, especially if you have the blues. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that today. Let's start breaking this down. Hey, and as always, I've put a free PDF download cheat sheet. You can click below in the description and get that if you want to print out the notes from this lesson. All right, now in doing the chords for the blues, there's a couple things I want you to remember. Number one, we only use 3 chords in the blues. To make the blues work, you just got to use 3 of them, okay? The second thing is the 3 chords that you use, we always want them to be 7th chords or dominant 7s. Now, you might have seen these on chord charts before where it says like E7 or A7, B7. These are the type of chords we want to use for the blues, 7th chords. And the last thing is we're going to put them in a 12-bar sequence. When you put them in 12 bars, you're going to instantly feel the blues that you've heard your whole life. When you hear a blues song, it's in this 12-bar blues form. So let me just run through and make sure that you hear what it sounds like when I do a round of that 12-bar blues. And again, we're going to talk about the scale pretty soon here and how to do the rhythm. But this is the form of your blues chords. Measure 5, back to 1, last line, and you can just tell right there you've heard that form before that you want to take it from the top and repeat it. So I have an example right here that just shows you the 12-bar blues using the key of E. And I'll show you how we can change some keys up a little bit and do other keys. But for now, you could see here that the form of this blues has E7 going across the first 4 measures. Then we have A7 that's going over that next line, back to E7. And then as we wrap it up on the last line, it goes B7, A7, E7, back to B7, and then you repeat. This is the 12-bar blues. There could be little variations in there, but if you stick to this, this is what is inside all the blues songs or jams you want to do with that. Each measure has 4 beats, and we'll talk about how to strum through them and everything, but if you put the chords together in this form, you're playing the blues. Now, how do we pick these 3 chords? Where do they come from? Well, this chart here shows you a bunch of different major scales, and all we do to make those blues chords come to life is we always pick out of the scale the 1 chord or the root, the 4 chord, and the 5 chord. That's what makes up the blues. So here's an example of what that looks like with just kind of a blank 12-bar blues that you can put in any key you want. You use that 1 chord for the first row of 4 bars. You go to that 4 chord for the next for 5 and 6. And then you go back to the 1, last line is 5, 4, 1, 5. If you put that and you grab from that chart, you want to take a picture of that. And I also have a free cheat sheet that you can actually print that out if you want below as well. But if you pick those 1, 4, 5s out and put them in that area, you're playing the blues. Okay, now when you're using the 1, 4, 5 chord, you can use it off that chart and just kind of do it alphabetically by saying, okay, if A is 1, then A, B, C, D is 4, and then E is 5, and you can do it alphabetically and just do A7, D7, E7, like that, so you can know what those numbers are just based off of the musical alphabet and then using your open chords. But I'll show you a really cool trick if you are decent with your bar chords that you could always find the 1, 4, 5 without even looking at that chart, okay? So what we're gonna do is that E7 shape. If I was to slide that up, that E7 shape up, and created a bar or kind of human capo on top of that, creating a bar chord, I can be able to call that the 1 chord. Now, if I did that on the 3rd fret, you can see that E7 shape is right there, okay? but I have my human bar on top, human capo. And when I strum that, that's a G7 because my pointer finger is hitting the 3rd fret of the E string, and that's a G note. So that is a G7. When I want to find the 4 chord, okay, instead of going to the chart and looking up what's the 4 chord in G, I can just do this. I can drop down to the A string, bar that, and create the A7 shape underneath that bar, and that's automatically the C7 or the 4 chord of G. So there's my 1. Watch this. Just drop down. That's the 4 chord for the blues. Every time it's located right there. And if that's the 4, check this out. The 5 is just one whole step up higher. So you could be able to pull up that 12-bar blues sheet and be able to go 1, and when the 4 comes up, and when the 5's up, and back home. That's your 3-spot location as an easy hack to get through playing the blues in any key. What if someone said a weird key like a B flat, right? I'd find the B flat, create my bar, do that E7 shape. That's my 1 chord. Where's the 4? Drop down, do that A shape right there, A7 shape. And then bring it up a whole step for the 5, and that's my zone. So you can do that as a very quick hack to be able to jam the 12-bar blues anytime. All right, the scale, the blues scale. We're going to use this particular scale to sound extra bluesy when someone is playing those chords behind you, that 12-bar blues behind you. Someone can be playing that rhythm, and then you can be playing over the top of it with this scale. And it's basically based off of a very, very common scale called the minor pentatonic, but has the addition of an extra note, the blue note. Let me show you what this is. So the pentatonic, first of all, is a scale that looks like this. It goes 3 to 6, 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 5, 3 to 6, 3 to 6. Okay, that's our minor pentatonic scale that you might know already. This is movable, so you can start it in any position. I did it on the 3rd fret, making it in the key of G minor. Now, the blues note that we're going to add in here is something going to be placed here. Okay, so on that A string, I played 3, 4, 5. That's the first location you'll find that blues note, or in if a little bit more music theory term, the flatted 5th of the scale. So that blues note is located right there, so you place it right in the middle of that scale. Keep going, it's in one more spot, the same note. Right there, that blues note's there. So on that G string, instead of going to the 5th fret, you go 3, 5 still, and then 6 is the addition of that blues note. And then the rest is still your normal pentatonic. So that spot, that note location is going to bring in that bluesy quality. So I can be picking these notes out in any order I want, having some fun, having a backing track going, and be able to hear works great over all those chords that are happening in the 12-bar blues. Hey, if you're enjoying this video, if you can go ahead and do a hammer on for me by hammering on that like button, it really helps the video a lot. And subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. This way you'll get notified when I put up some new videos. Thank you for all your support. Okay, the rhythm. This is the secret sauce in this whole thing. If you play the blues chords and the structure, you play the blues scale, but you don't do the rhythm right, it just won't sound like the blues. So let's talk about what this is. The blues uses a shuffle or swing feel to their 8th notes or rhythm. And all that means, I'm going to show you exactly how to do it in real simple terms, but instead of having a straight sounding like that, there's a swing or shuffle to get in that sound of the strumming like that. And when you're doing each one of those measures, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, next measure, 2, 3, 4. So you want to keep that rhythm going on there. So what the heck is the swing or shuffle rhythm? It's based off of another rhythm called a triplet. When you say the word triplet, it has 3 syllables to it, triplet, okay? And it's a common rhythmic theme in music that every beat that goes by, you're sneaking in 3 notes, like triplet, 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 da, 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 da. So what the shuffle or swing is if you clapped on the triplet syllables, triplet, each one of them, okay? That will get you your sound of what the basis of this is. Now, if we clap on triplet, the way to get the swing or shuffle is do not clap on the middle syllable, the triplet is all we're going to clap on with that. And you'd still be saying it. So it would sound like this, triplet, like that. So when you clap on those two, triplet, 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 da, 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 da. And there's that rhythm, da, 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 da. And that's the shuffle that we hear in the blues. And it's all coming from just breaking up that. So if you want to practice how to do the shuffle, you could always go back to that triplet exercise with clapping it and just clap the first and third syllable of it. And when you put those in rotation, you're getting the shuffle or swing feel that makes the blues what it is.